Yo, 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 we live.
What's good, family?
So
I
I'm
know.
sending out these notifications. Make sure
So
everybody got it.
y'all know what we're doing today, family. We're doing one of our patented. I guess you could call it a relationship show, but what the hell was that?
That was not me. Don't even look. Don't look this way, G. You always coming at me sideways. That's your boy.
That
Damn,
had to be that had to be David shit.
Yeah.
damn, we
But
just snitching like that, huh?
we doing what? Well, I'm in this process of elimination, nigga. If it wasn't her and it wasn't me,
Ain't that some shit?
but we doing one of our relationship shows that deals with child support.
Hey, you know what? Child support affects us in many different ways. Okay, we got my cousin Maurice Cross in the house. What's up? What's up, fam?
What's good? What's good?
My
Hey man, can
bad,
we
Reese.
send
I
it?
should have been sending you the links. One of these days we gonna have his son come on here. His son do poetry. He stays out there and shit. You got to let me know where your son stay, Reese, because I really can't remember. But his son does poetry, and he comes to Chicago once or twice a month to do a show. So
Okay.
unfortunately, with me being on days and got to get up early as hell, I haven't made it, but I'm gonna definitely make one. I might take off the next night because I ain't used to getting up at no 4:30 in the morning. That shit is. I think the devil set up that time.
I mean, you was in the military, motherfucker. At some point, you got up that early.
Yeah, that is true, but at least I ain't like that other nigga that was in the military and talking about he had to be on time for everything. So now he gonna
So
make it
now
a
he
point
ain't gonna
not to
be
be
on
on
time
time for
ever
anything.
again.
Right.
Yeah,
Some dumbass shit.
that was just his rationale for
Y'all know
being.
what I'm gonna do? Hold on,
What you
cause
gonna do? What you
I
gonna do?
think I
Big
think
head.
this is well. You said it's my internet. I don't think it's my internet, but I'm gonna plug into the Ethernet. We gonna see. You know, we gonna see whose internet it is. That's
I mean,
that's Dave using that. You know what I'm saying, that T-Mobile.
hey, back up off that shit. I use that at the
Hey,
crib. Back
listen.
up.
That's
Slow down,
that's that's all well and good. All I'm saying is I got their phone service, so I'm just saying, I got the phone service, so
Well, I can't. I was about to say maybe it's yours, but I got T-Mobile phone service too, so I can't really trip.
I'm about to say, don't. We not gonna. Since I switched over to him, we not shitting on him no more. Okay.
Damn. I
told
need people
Jeffrey.
to start I need people to start liking the page and shit, so I ain't got to keep sending out these notifications. They sending the notification out. Make sure y'all like the damn page.
Right.
hey man, that's the house phone.
That shit
I don't
was
even know
me.
the number, fam. I don't even know the number, fam. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know the number.
Hey, that shit ain't me. I'm waiting for some more people to jump on in. Come on, jump in. You know.
I'm just gonna do that because I don't even know the phone number to this mug.
You don't know your own phone number?
No, to the home phone? Heck, you know.
What the hell? We gotta look at the steering wheel.
Huh?
No, we were looking at your steering wheel. Okay.
Yeah, could I put the phone down for a minute? Is that all right?
Nope.
Ain't like we doing shit right now.
We about to start up. You know, we just getting all the notifications and shit out right now. You know, we got a few people up in here right now.
Who's in here already? Well, let's start the show for them and let everybody else catch up.
Okay. Well, I can't see who all in it, but hold on.
Let me go get my drink. D, this is 2 weeks in a row. You without a drink, fam.
Hey, don't. First of all, you gonna back
Double up.
off me with that.
Double up
different
next
shit.
week, fam.
Whatever, nigga.
So, like you all, okay, we got Miss Andrea in the house.
Hey, what up, Lou?
She said she left that motherfucking place. I don't know if she want to be called Lou anymore. So,
Yeah, right.
so today's topic, as you all know, if y'all was keeping up, and we posted a few
I don't know why
times.
you sent me an invite to the live call.
Why I sent you a what?
You sent me an invite through Messenger.
No, I didn't.
I'm already here.
I didn't send you an invite through Messenger. I put it on the page, so it might have let you know that I sent the invite. Okay, like I was saying, today topic.
Hey man, I feel too much hostility already. Like we ain't even got into the topic. We ain't even started disagreeing yet. What's going on?
Because he in Chicago, so the nigga too close to me.
Oh, you might want to calm down. You know what I'm saying?
He might want to calm down. Shit.
Exactly. Before you get your ass folded up, you know you light skinned, you bruised.
So today's topic, we on that child support. And we know we either know somebody on child support, been on child support, or have somebody on child support, or tried to get child support and couldn't get it. You know, so it's child support really affects everybody, whether it's directly or indirectly, because we've had I mean, you got cases to where you got women that put men on child support, then the baby mama, the new girlfriend is trying to help the boyfriend get off child support because she feels like she only out for money, and then they have a baby and they split up. Now she trying to get child support because he's a deadbeat. You also got men that just don't want to pay child support, and you got instances where you have females that say, well, look, you ain't gonna be with me, I'm gonna put you on child support. Then you got men that say, hey, if you ain't giving me no ass, I'm not paying child support. I'm not helping you with
no ass, no cash, baby.
Right. So you got a lot of different ways and a lot of different opinions when it comes to child support.
Hey, now, can we just put a disclaimer out there though?
What's up?
Because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, shows like this is what get you hate mail. I mean, I don't really give a damn, but I'm just saying, you know.
I don't
can
care
we
me?
Huh?
Go ahead.
Okay. Cause they ain't gonna do nothing but talk shit in the DMs. Ain't nobody in 5 years of doing, almost 6 years of doing this. Ain't nobody ever said nothing to my face.
Right.
Okay.
So go ahead. We can still put the disclaimer out there. That's fine.
I was just gonna say like, cause you know this is a very emotional topic. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to keep it as close to non-emotional as possible, and you know, look at it from a standpoint from all you know, all places. Like shit, you know.
Right. So okay, let's we gonna start it off like this. We're gonna do it a little different. So, Quita, give us your take on child support, the way the system is now.
I feel like the reason why child support doesn't work, and in some cases it does, but I feel like the reason why child support doesn't work for the most part because it tries to outline like laws in black and white, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody's situation is not black and white, so you can't really try to make, you know, it's a cookie cutter type of situation when these are situations that are not cookie cutter. You know what I'm saying? Every situation is different. You know, none of.
She done froze up. Okay, she done froze up. Okay, while we waiting on her to get back in, D. Oh, there she go. Okay, look. Well,
I don't. You know what? I need to do it from my phone because this is some foolishness. Y'all keep saying it's my internet, but I'm connected to the Ethernet.
I mean,
maybe it's your pewter. Maybe it's your pewter.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it from.
It's the pewter.
okay. So while we waiting on her to connect to her phone, so D, tell us your take. What do you think about child support in its current state?
I mean, so to reiterate, I think that and when I say reiterate, I mean because we've had this topic before. I think child support is flawed in that, kind of like what Quita was saying, is that everything and everyone, it's not black and white, and you can't say like a flat rate of 10, 20%. You can't say that because you have some people who might not be able to afford 20% or whatever. Contrary to popular belief, I've never been on child support, right? Don't have no baby mama. So I don't know. But what I can tell you is stupid to me is that you have some people who can't afford to pay whatever the percentage is, and then you have like entertainers and athletes, and they're paying $50,000, $70,000, $100,000 a month in child support. What the fuck child needs $50,000 a month to live? And then
right.
and before we even get to this bullshit, well, the child needs to be able to live as if him or her is with the father. Well, then let him live with the father. See how simple that we just made that? If you want them to live simple. Like they with the father, then let them go live with the motherfucking father.
So now my take on child support is one, the law should be fair. You got the whole debate about Roe v. Wade, is a woman, her body. I mean, that's fine. But you also got to look at it as if you can't support the children that you have now, and you want to continuously bring children into this world, knowing that you have to continuously live off the state and get some other people, your other baby daddies on child support now, because we all know women that got 4, 5, 6 different men on child support. So evidently you can't support these children, that you need help, not only from them, but you're getting help from the state for your children. And these men are being put through the ringer for something that they both were irresponsible in doing. People, I love when people say, well, if she didn't want, if he didn't want the baby, then he should have he should have wore a condom. That's fine. But if she don't want the baby, she got taken different measures not to get pregnant. So it works on both ends. But whenever there's a case to where there's a child, we always put the emphasis on the man. Want to know why didn't the man take precautions? Why didn't the man do this? Why didn't the man do that? But we never say, well, if she didn't want children, why didn't she protect herself?
Listen, man, wait a minute. Okay, now hold on, goddammit. Because this is where we're going to disagree.
Go ahead.
Because you can't say, why didn't she? Number one, it takes two people. That's first and foremost.
I said that.
So yeah, but I feel like you giving men a pass a little bit on this whole thing. Why she didn't protect herself? Niggas lie just as much as females do. I know your niggas ain't gonna tell you that, but they do. You know what I'm saying? I know females who, yeah, he had the condom on. You know how you be in the moment. A nigga will slip a condom off on your ass, and you not even know in the middle of the act. Like, so we can't say that, man. I know somebody right now where he said he purposely got his baby mama pregnant because it was an ego thing for him. You know what I'm saying? So we can't, we not giving, and again, this is where I said it's so individual. Like you can't, it's so hard go one direction or another with it that you know, like I ain't gonna get down with that.
No, okay. Well, one, Andrea said some of the women work with me. No, I'm not giving the men a pass. I'm just trying to say if we gonna place blame, because whenever it comes to child support, children, and stuff like that, when everything goes south, we blame the man. The women rarely get blamed. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, okay, cause hold up. First of all, Quita, you went on that long soliloquy, and
not a soliloquy, nigga. My name is not Shakespeare, dude.
He didn't say like he wasn't giving men a pass. What he was saying was a lot of people will look at the issue of pregnancy, child support, and be like, well, if the man didn't want, if he didn't want a baby, he should have wore protection. Well, if she didn't want a baby, she should have made him wear protection. And like it's to your a dude to slip a condom off. Okay. So as a man, I know that the feeling of intercourse is way different with a condom on than it is with one off. So you mean to tell me that as a woman, you can't tell the difference between a dude having a condom on and not?
Not all the time. If it's you know, if you well lubricated, okay, you really can't tell.
Okay, all right.
Well, I don't know, but I do know men that like to go raw. I do know women that don't make sure that the men have some type of protection. All I'm saying is you got two irresponsible people that didn't want children, either didn't want children or didn't want children with each other, and they sit here and they make a baby.
It might not even be that they didn't want children with each other. Shit, sometimes, shit just don't work out, or the person ain't the individual you thought they was, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, I feel what y'all saying as far as like a woman should be responsible too. Absolutely, yes. I'm not giving women a pass, but this whole if he don't pay child support shit. Like,
First of all, I don't think that people should be made, like I don't think people should be made to pay child support, right? Because let me take that back. I don't think that child support should be an issue. In a perfect world, you made the baby, take care of the baby. Like I can't stand people that say shit like, "Oh, I take care of my kids." Okay, well, congratulations on being an adult. Sit your dumb ass down somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Because you got a lot of stupid ass men out here. They'll mess around and get a woman pregnant. They have a baby, and they think that makes them a man. No, that don't make you a man. That just shows that your sperm works.
That just shows that you ain't shooting blank. That's it.
Exactly. That's all the fucking show.
And because I actually encourage dudes to put themselves on child support.
Listen, so so let me just clarify, because I feel like y'all think I'm attacking men. I was raised by my dad.
No.
Hold on. Let me, because you know me. Maybe I gotta clarify for the people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for your new thing. For your new thing.
I know. That's some shit. So okay, so goes to what Quita has said about men trapping women. So she said the video. I'm gonna let this video play, and female talks about it, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. Let's go.
Men trap too. I know it's this narrative of only women trap. No, men will tell you like, oh, I'm pulling out, I'm using condoms. When it's over, there's no condom, they didn't pull out, and now you look like a Boston cream pie. Women will say, I'm on birth control, I can't get pregnant. You trapping?
Equal opportunity trapping.
Equal opportunity trapping.
So here's the deal, right? Cause my story, Somebody got me pregnant on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know the nigga no more. Like, we just related to the same kid. But he don't even got a name around here. You know what I'm saying? But it was done on purpose. He openly said he did it on purpose. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so the shit, I got somebody, one of the reasons why I wouldn't date this dude. Good dude. But he told me if I ever get my hands on you, I promise you leaving with a baby. Nah, fam. We not doing, I'm telling you. So I keep trying to tell y'all guys be lying to y'all. Like y'all men talk, but they be coming at us different, fam.
No, they don't say they be lying to us, because me and my guys, like, look, I tell people all the time, if I met you before I got married, it's certain motherfuckers that you see, you be like, yo, if I met you when I was young, I was gonna get you pregnant on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because you finna be in my life for 18 years, 22 years, motherfucker.
I had a female when I was in high school before I went to the Navy. It was a female that I was messing around with. Now she was 19 with already 3 kids. This motherfucker told me.
But she got pregnant when she was 12?
Man, I don't know. But when she told me she wanted a baby by me, put it like this: we didn't even have sex that night. Now you already 19.
It's the green eyes, man. It's the green eyes, man.
She baby be on welfare.
Well, and you say the green eyes, but you know how many women that I've heard tell me in my lifetime, I would love to have a baby by you because of your eyes, right? Ain't none of my kids got my eyes. That shit don't work.
They don't understand what recessive genes are. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta come with that dark skin loving.
First of all, tell him again. He don't understand. Tell him again. He don't understand. I mean, but on some real shit, I've heard that same thing. Like, especially like when growing up, you get them light skinned girls. They was feeling on me because they was like, oh, we'll make a pretty baby. Okay. The thing with Deron when he was younger, I was afraid. I wasn't even afraid of diseases. I was just afraid of being somebody's daddy.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Wasn't no unprotected sex going? I can count the number of times on my hand, the number of partners I had that I didn't use no protection, but that wasn't happening. But then again, I'm a different kind of dude. Like I said,
right.
Most cats ain't thinking about responsibility. I mean, hell, I was nervous when I got married and Deborah told me she was pregnant. I got nervous. I was like, fuck. I'm like, damn, I gotta take care of somebody else. Damn, you know what I'm saying?
So look here.
I just learned how to take care of you, nigga. Damn.
So look here, I got 10 reasons. I've said it before on the show. I've had some backlash, and I still got 10 reasons. So I got 10 reasons on why you, the woman, should not collect child support. So and we're gonna do a first couple. We're gonna do a first couple, and then we'll discuss them at each one, and then we'll bring all the ones to we get to the end to the show. So the first one, you waited for the birth of the child before you even told him he was the father. Is a reason you should not get child support.
What does that have to do with the child?
I'm about to say, Kate. I'm gonna need you to explain that one to me, fam.
So, hold on. So now, she gets 9 months to process this information. If she's pregnant and he's the father, one, you should tell him, because why are you holding it from her? Unless there's some doubt. So maybe she going through her maybe she going through her Rolodex addiction to make sure. So why should hold on? Well, that's what this girl shit. What's up, T.O.? So my thing is this: as soon as you find out you're pregnant, she should say, "Look here, Jamarquavius, you the daddy. You about to have this baby."
Not
Let him
Jamarquavius, my motherfucking God.
Just like you get to process it as a woman.
People who know him call him man though.
Right, man, Jägermeister and shit like that, you know. But that's one of the reasons. Unless he agrees, she should not get the child support. Because why are you hiding the fact that you're pregnant? Or hiding the fact that he's
do with the child though, fam? Like, regardless, there is a child.
Most women get child support for themselves. We all know women out here that get child support. Kids look like shit, but they got a fresh ass lace front and some nice clothes. So let's not say it's always for the child. In theory, yes.
No, we can't say most women. Like, that should go both ways, because there's a whole lot of men who get. Hold on. It's a whole lot of men who get every pair of new Jordans and he don't send shit for his baby. Fam, you can't do that. Or
he a piece of shit. He a piece of shit.
I'm not disagreeing with that. But also at the same time, like, most of what they give for child support ain't even that much. You know what I'm saying? So like that shit blows me when people be like, oh, the mom gonna be blah blah blah. Well, the mom has to have an extra bedroom or you gonna talk shit about her. So that's an extra expense. If you got a 1-bedroom or a studio apartment, you good because you single child. That's an extra. It's an extra expense for electric. It's an extra expense as far as workers is concerned. You can't even calculate what it's gonna cost when she up with the baby all night. The baby's sick. She got to take off because the baby's sick. Got to go to the doctor, paying co-pays, all of that other stuff. I can't agree. Now, there is some ain't shit women where the only thing they care about is getting their hair done and all of that other stuff. I don't think that's most women. I don't.
Okay. Number 9.
First of all, I'm gonna need you. First of all, hold on. When you making your point, Quita, I'm gonna need you not to be shaking your motherfucking head like you.
Oh, I'm shaking. Nigga, like you get. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to. We doing it today, baby. Yeah. Who's that bitch? That's what we doing today.
I'm gonna beat her ass.
So Theo said if women can dump their kids without prosecution, then men should be able to walk away too. In fact, if the lifestyle.
Wait, you said if they can what without prosecution?
If women could dump their kids without prosecution, then men should be able to walk away too. In fact, if lifestyle and financial can be used for abortion, then men should be able to walk away.
I agree with that. Like, okay, so look, parents, in order, like, cause you know Deborah works. She's a director of foster care. In order for you to adopt a child, the parents have to give up parental rights. That way they can't come back later. Well, instance where a man has made it very clear that he does not want that he did not want the child. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, because here's the reality of it, and this is where you got the ain't shit men and women, mostly men, you know, doing this shit, but you know you got women that do it too. But motherfucker don't pay no child support, don't really do shit for a child. But every year comes tax time.
Okay, now your shit breaking out. You must be going through an area that's fucked up.
Probably.
Okay, so number 9, that's kind of what Duran just said.
What's the last thing you heard?
Shit,
I can't remember. I'm drinking. Unlike you.
I've been drinking.
You blame it on the Don't worry about it. I'll be over there drinking with you tomorrow.
Let me know when you want to come on. I'll send you the link. My wife said she want to come on because she want to talk about the oldest biological. So number 9. Just like what Deron has said. He didn't want to have the kid. So the reason I brought number 9 in is because right now, if a woman don't want a kid and she gets pregnant, you got the morning after. You in some states now you have abortion. If you don't want the kid, you can always give it up for adoption. But we just tell a man that don't want a child, you should have strapped it up.
No, I think there should be a conversation because it involves two people.
But
Like
it should be a conversation before you have sex, period, about children. If you know you at that point to where you all are having sex, then yes, there should be a conversation. In
So
theory,
everybody you done lay it down with you, just like, hey man, before I stick it in, I want to know, do you want this baby or not, fam? Like, if the condom break.
I don't think we need to have no conversation about the sex as far as unprotected, because we grown. Ain't nobody here retarded. We know that if
you know the consequences.
We have unprotected sex, you could possibly be pregnant tomorrow. So that,
Yeah.
but now here's the but you have some people who just irresponsible. Tracy Morgan, goofy. He said, "I don't use condoms. I ain't using no condoms." And this is before he got married. So you out there fucking groupies raw.
Okay, hold on. Let me flip the screen because my wife got something to say.
Come on, wifey, what you got?
Well, it does go. Oops, sorry, back.
She done spilled my liquor.
You don't need it. Well, one, child support, it should be for the kids. Child support, they really don't give you a lot of money.
See what I'm saying?
I get penny money a month. Really, they're like.
Hold on, let me
cannot literally like buy shoes for a 13-year-old with the little money that you actually get.
Let me let this shit be known. It's not me she talking about. So motherfucker think that I'm the one paying child support. Let's get this shit straight now.
Well, first of all, if she married to you and getting child support, I'm pretty sure she could probably write a book.
I just hey, before somebody make that motherfucking comment, I had to throw that disclaimer out there. Shit.
No, he's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about my oldest son. I have a 13-year-old. And David stepped in as a good man and showed my son how to be a man since he was 2. I met David.
He was all right.
When he was
halfway
2.
Decent.
He's been in my son's life since he was 2. And that's the only day that he knows.
So you be acting at home and
shit. But yes, that is true. Child support does not give you a lot of money to take care of these kids. The reason why I wound up getting the money that I did get is because he never showed up for child support court.
That part.
Never showed up for child support court. He has had letters sent. They have called my phone looking for him, see if I had any information so they can get in contact with him. I have done it. I did the rings of child support, raising a son, basically through the system.
Shit, when I was going through my divorce, they asked me if my ex-wife, if she was pregnant. I thought that was a stupid ass question. My wife was there. I thought that was a stupid ass question. I ain't seen this motherfucker in 2 years at the time. Who gives a fuck? But come to find out, if she was pregnant, I was on the hook for child support.
Depending on the state, yep.
Illinois, one of them states.
Yeah, Illinois is one of them.
Well, first of all, let me tell you about Illinois. You know, to piggyback off of what Wifey was saying. So I'm gonna give y'all a little background because I'm transparent. I don't give a shit. I mean, my son's 22 at this point. So I mean, it ain't really no secrets. He done, figured shit out on his own. I put my son's father on child support when he was 9 years old. 9. My son's father played in the CFL and the NFL his whole career. When we went to child support court, and this is why I say it literally works both ways. Like, I think people have a skewed vision because people are bitter. And I feel like if everybody did what was in the best interest of the child anyway, most of this child support should be squashed. So When I had my son, didn't put him on child support, none of that. I gave him time to get his shit together. So I thought. I moved to Illinois when my son was 3 years old. I had money saved. I was working full time, going to school full time, but I didn't calculate certain expenses. His childcare was $200 a month. I didn't ask this nigga for shit, but because I wouldn't be with him, he wouldn't give me nothing. That $200 a week, my brother peeled that shit off every fucking week. If he didn't do the whole thing, he did half. You know what I'm saying? So when I put my son's father on child support when he was 9 years old, my son's father was playing for the Colts and never asked him for nothing. I stopped asking him for anything. So when I put him on child support, the reason I put him on child support, y'all in Illinois, y'all know you got school fees. So I think that year was like $400 and something for the school fees. I had to buy school clothes. I had to buy school supplies. That year he needed one of those Texas Instrument calculators. That's $100 by itself. I had to do, school shoes. Then football season was starting. His football was $450. I still had to buy mouth guards, cleats, and everything else because obviously it's getting cold. All of this is at the start of the school year. I asked him if he could do one thing. Can you at least pay for his football? $450 fucking dollars. This nigga told me, no, fuck you, I'm not giving you shit. So we couldn't talk. So ended the call him like a week later. I'm like, hey, we need to put something in place to where if we gone, dude, you still have a son. Like, I don't care if it's $200 a month. We need to put something in place where you give something so that I can save for our child. And he pretty much told me, fuck you, and I'm not giving you shit. So when I got the attorney that my aunt paid for, because I couldn't afford the retainer, because I'm paying for everything else. When I got that, I told my attorney, I told him, my attorney is going to call you. I don't want to get the courts involved. So that we can put something in place that, so we can keep a judge out of this shit. We was in child support court for 3 years because he had an attorney that, a player that played for the Colts, I ain't even gonna say his name, played for the Colts from Chicago, gave him because the case was in Chicago. He paid that attorney $70,000 a year not to pay me child support. How I know this is because when they sent me over all the documents, when everything was done, she accidentally sent me the invoice for him too. You know what I'm saying? She sent him the same set of, court documents, all that other stuff. And this nigga paid my lawyer off on top of that. And when we went to court, keep in mind my son was 9, because he had all the receipts of the things that he did since my son was born, which was pretty much money that he was sending over to the States because my dad had opened him an account. And so I was taking the money he was sending over to the States and putting it into this account for him. It was like $4,000 and something. Nigga had receipts from Christmas. I didn't do back child support. I literally was just like, okay, whatever, you can credit him, whatever. And even in that, keep in mind, he playing for the Colts. Even in that, the Colts wouldn't release information because he told them he didn't have no kids. He didn't know what they was talking about, so they wouldn't release no personal information and was gonna pay for us to go to Indianapolis to get a paternity test. My son 9, ain't never heard no paternity test before then. But if that's what you want, cool. But I'm gonna tell you like this, because I know again a lot of people who played in the NFL. I'm not about to go to Indianapolis where to a DNA testing facility of your choice. In open court, I told them, if he don't want to take a paternity test here in the court like everybody else, y'all can tell him don't contact me or my son, and I want it in writing ever again, and we can drop all of this shit. So, and even what his salary was, I think they granted him to pay. It ended up being like $600 and back support every month from the time that I filed. And then it was like $1,000 a month, something like that. He was supposed to carry medical insurance on him, but so it ended up being like a total of like, no, it wasn't even that, because it was like it was a total of like $1,400 a month is what he was supposed to pay after all is said and done. Ask me if I seen any of it.
Mm-hmm. And see, that's it's people like that irritates me, because the reason child support is a thing with me. Now, I've never been on child support a day in my life. I've had people ask me, well, why do you care? And my response is, have you ever been shot by the police? And they would say no. And I said, well, why do you care about that? Just because I've never been on it don't mean that every man that has a child is you an asshole away from being put on child support. I'm talking about good fathers. I'm not talking about the piece of shits. So when I speak, I'm speaking on the men that want to be fathers, the men that's trying to do the right thing. It's not about the bullshit men out here. And we've had a conversation at work, and it was a guy, he wanted to talk about the deadbeat dads. And I said, well, we hump on that all day, every day. But why, when a woman can't support a child, we don't call her a deadbeat mom? But when a man can't support a child, he's automatically considered a deadbeat dad.
Is it a choice in supporting the child, or you just can't support the child?
But see, it doesn't matter. If a
it
man
does, though. It does. It absolutely does.
I got what you're saying. If a man just can't physically pay, he's considered a deadbeat. By the letter of the law, he's considered a deadbeat. I've had a guy that I was in the military with. After the alimony and child support, he told the judge he could not live off what was left over. The judge told him to get another job.
I don't think that is the majority of cases, though. Well, I sat in child support court for 3 years.
Having worked at the jail, it's been a couple. Now you make this shit make sense. It's been a couple people. I mean, even though it's minimum security, it's still a couple people been locked up for not paying child support.
I saw that.
Say, well, but okay, so hold on. Of the cases, you see the cases where the dudes be like, I couldn't pay. I didn't have a job. Or the job I had didn't meet the requirements that they said I owed, or whatever. Yeah. Okay, so if you're telling, basically, and David has made reference to this before, so basically what we've just described as debtor's court. So basically what you said is you can't pay your child support. So instead of continuing this case and until we can, come to some kind of reasonable, completion of it, then you're saying we're going to put this nigga in jail where you're not working at all until you pay your child support. Well, how the fuck is he going to pay and he's locked up?
And you suspend his license. And you suspend his license.
So here's what I was saying at the very beginning when I said that the child support, these cookie cutter child support laws are the problem. Somebody like my son's father, then maybe the thought of you going to jail when you have the means to pay, maybe that will force you to pay.
That's a nigga that should have been locked up right there.
And this is why I said what I said. I'm not talking about all men. And that's why I was asking the probing questions in regards to what do you mean as far as like, if he can't pay, like, how are you living? You know what I'm saying? Like, because you can say you can't pay something, but how are you living? If you have a car, how you putting gas in it? How you making a car payment? Because that's on both sides. Because if you can't pay, there are women in the same position, but then you flip it on them because, oh, you got housing, you got this, you got that, because they also can't afford to live, but they have a body to take care of. Now, I'm not, and again, I have to preface this where I never thought that I would be one of those people. I didn't really necessarily believe in child support because I was raised by men who take care of their responsibilities. So this shit was all new to me. But when you see it, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen it more often than...
Did a nigga went and tricked you and shot the club up?
Man, when I tell you, listen, We can break up some of the tension with this shit. What's funny, D? When he did it, and I was like, damn, he had a football game that weekend. I'm 19 years old, fam. He had a football game that weekend. So me and the other chicks who had boyfriends on the football team, we took turns driving to the games that were close. We was in New Mexico State. The game was in Phoenix, like 4.5 hour drive. It's my turn to drive. So I'm just like, man, I went to Planned Parenthood. This was Plan B first came out, right? So I'm just like, how much it costs? You know what I'm saying? They hit me with that whopping 30 and $30, like back then, $10 filled my tank up. I'm like, damn, I gotta pay for it. I gotta pay for gas, a hotel. When we there, we gotta eat and blah, blah, blah. I was like, fuck it, I'm not pregnant. I can't be. It was one time, right? Nah, I can't be. Shit.
Nigga,
My wife
nigga
says
came
she has
up
nothing to pay. Then I got
7-11.
Okay.
Snake eye.
So go back to what you were saying about the guys going to jail about child support. When they go to court, if they go and tell the judge, I'm having a hard time looking for a job, they get extensions. Them judges give them packages to go look for a job. They give them
Exactly.
listening.
Exactly.
Excuses, because them judges, they work with you and they try to help you. That's some people that don't want to go out there and work to help take care of them.
Yep, because they go and they actually verify. I'm telling you, I sat in child support court for 3 fucking years.
Even though it took me forever to get child support for my oldest son, it took years. I held my papers for a whole year before I turned my son's father in. And after that, I did not get no child support until he was about maybe 8. And my son is 13 years old. And I turned them papers in when he was 2. That's how far behind the system is. And then when you start getting them, you getting maybe I started getting $7 every 9 then, $8, $10. It depends on what type.
Oh, I got you beat. I ain't even gonna put it out there though, cause you know.
Hey, I got $5.
He verified on socials. I ain't even gonna put it out there.
I'm just saying it'd be that much before you start getting the real dollars that you are supposed to get, because they take a percentage of their income and determine on how much you get.
So look here. So let's look at this quick story before anybody try to say anything. Any news people? It's called fair use. We get the right to use this as long as we are going over the video.
Well, a Houston father is facing 180 days in jail for overpaying his child support and over visiting his 11-year-old son. His attorney and a community activist are now demanding answers. Randy Wallace joins us live with a story you'll see only on Fox. Randy?
Don, we all expect to see judges throw the book at fathers who fail to pay child support. But a father who says he's been doing the right thing now has an arrest warrant against him.
It's my responsibility to take care of it. You know, I brought him in this world. I have to.
Clifford Hall says he's more than happy to pay child support for his 11-year-old son.
I'm his father. You know, it's my responsibility to take care of it.
But Hall says when the amount of child support was modified, no one told him.
And I discovered that for some reason his employer was withholding a large amount some weeks, a small amount some weeks, zero amount some weeks.
And I didn't want to go to jail, basically.
So Hall quickly paid almost $3 grand in back child support. When Hall and his ex-wife were in Judge Lisa Millard's court last November, he owed nothing.
Opposing counsel testified twice that he's all paid up.
But the attorney representing the child's mother wanted Hall to pay her $3 grand in attorney fees, and Judge Millard agreed. Court documents also reveal Hall wasn't following the court's scheduled times to pick up his son, another modification he says he knew nothing about.
The judge ended up sentencing him to 6 months in jail.
When she said, remand you to the Harris County Jail for 180 days, my mouth just dropped.
This entire situation is shocking to me. I've never seen one like this.
Community activist Quanell X wants the state's judicial board to investigate.
The court failed the child. The court failed Mr. Hall. The system broke down.
I can't be there for my son in jail.
Wow.
Thoughts?
Look here, man. I had a partner that was almost him, right? He had a child with a chick, and never paid child support, but always took care of his child.
Mm-hmm.
The minute they wasn't together, she took him to court, demanded child support, blah blah blah, whatever. Made him sing like a deadbeat father. Now this dude, like, I'm OCD, I'm attention to detail like a motherfucker. This dude had every fucking receipt. His son was 6 at the time. Had every receipt for everything, for every diaper, every motherfucking ounce of formula, milk, toys, school supplies, clothes. Had every. He walked into the motherfucking courtroom with like 2 boxes of receipts, to the point where the judge reprimanded the shit out of old girl. But had he not had them receipts, it was her word against his. He'd have been popped.
Oh, he would have definitely been popped. And Quita, see that when I talk about this, because we everybody talks about deadbeat dads, but who talks about deadbeat moms?
I got one. What we talking about?
And in a case like this, how do you go to jail?
What are we talking about, Queen? Wait, I didn't like how that just came out.
It did come out right.
I got a deadbeat mama.
Yours?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
I kind of figured that's what you were saying.
Yes.
I kind of figured that's what you were
keep saying. Trust me when I tell you, I'm not coming down on men. I got both sides.
Right.
Okay.
I look at the fairness of all of it.
And see, how do you go to jail for?
You know what? And in fairness, I've never heard you talk about your mother, so okay, I can see that. Let's go.
I've never heard her talk about her mother, but when she always say that she was raised by her father and her brothers, you know, I kind of figured, but I didn't just want to assume.
Yeah.
But how do you go to jail? How do you have to do 6 months in jail? How do you have to do 5 minutes in jail?
Everything about that. That's bullshit, fam. That's bullshit. I'm gonna say what women about to hate me for. This is where the hate mail gonna come in. If you are falsely accusing somebody, or if there's a doubt of whether a child belongs to a man, and you go to court and put that man on child support, and you know you done fucked with 2-3 people, then your ass belong in jail. Like, you need to pay back whatever the fuck you got from that individual. That's just my take. My opinion, because if you're gonna be fair, you got to be fair on both sides, because it's not fair for a man to or assume that this child is his.
I'm right there with you. Anybody been on more? Anybody took their ass to more poses 5 times needs to go to jail.
And you know what? See, that's another reason why I feel like a woman shouldn't get child support. If you think going to jail is the appropriate answer, and the reason I say that, you shouldn't want him in jail. The court should force him to have a job.
But how can the court force him to do something if you looking for every excuse? See, this I know people who do this shit, like dead ass. Well, quit a job because they have to pay child support.
Okay, but when in jail, if a person is not paying child support, jail is not going to make him.
Job on some shit like that. Never heard no shit like that before in my life.
But if a person, if the threat of going to jail, you figure, okay, I could go to jail if I don't pay the child support. I'm gonna go ahead and work and pay the child support. If a person don't want to pay child support, they not gonna go to court altogether. So
right, but then they have a warrant. They have a warrant out for that. That's how niggas end up in jail.
But how many females out here that is happy because they man is sitting in jail?
That listen, your personal has absolutely nothing to do with none of this.
No, I got that. But if you think that him sitting,
I'm saying as a female, like right. You know, I'm gonna be we keep it a buck on here. I'm going to be 100% honest. It was very difficult for me, knowing what I had to do, knowing what I had to deal with. You know what I'm saying, turning down jobs because even though they would have put me in financially, in a great place to be able to support my child, that takes me out of the house. So I have to make a decision. Do I keep this job that's barely paying the bills and I take myself from out of the house because this daddy ain't involved? Or do I take this job and I just have the money, so where the stress of financially taking care of him is, that's taken away. So these are the positions where you start putting people in. And these are decisions that real mothers have to make. So I can't conceptualize, and I'm not even trying to, some of these women who don't give a shit. I will say though that I do understand how women will say, you know what, it's easier for me to be on housing. It's easier. I literally, when I moved to Illinois, I was going to school full time. I was working full time. I'm not even going to get into my schedule and the fact that I slept like 2 to 3 hours a day. Trust me when I tell you I beat the odds. But when I went to court, they wouldn't pay for my childcare because they told me that either school was a choice or work was a choice. So you pick which one you want to do and we'll help you.
Wow. So according to Theo, some judges claim that those receipts don't count. If the mother is sole custodian, then she has the right to receive payment to determine how the money is to be used.
And Theo is 100% correct, because as a mother, when they bring the receipt, if the receipt doesn't clearly state child support on it, and this is again where I said child support laws are broken. If they don't specifically state child support on it, they gave me an option. The bullshit that he bought my son for Christmas, they was like, do you want to apply this to what he owe? Go ahead and apply. It's $4,000, fam. Like that. If that's what it is, just let it be that. But absolutely, yes. If he would send money, it literally has to say child support on it.
Right. Okay. So Leonard said his girl Sarah G says a child support order should not be executed without a DNA test. I do agree with that. Okay.
I agree, unless both people say, no, we good on that. But I do agree with that. If I got pregnant right now and the nigga was like, I want a child support test, a DNA test, go ahead and get it, fam.
Now,
we good.
My take on that is, I think it should be an automatic DNA test after the baby is born. Any woman, in my opinion, that say, well, why you need a DNA test? Well, evidently you must be fucking around. Because if you know that he's the only one you've been with, we could do 4, 5 of them.
No, well, I get that, but it's a little offensive if you ain't out there like that. Because I know where you're coming from, but there's some niggas that's just kind of, you know what I'm saying? They're a little.
Well, I got a couple of guys that I know real well. There's doubt about their oldest children. Shit, there was a case that we talked about not too long ago, before you came on, Keita. It was a guy had a DNA test on one child, and he wasn't even trying to go out there like that. It was it was for some medical, because he had to he was donating. That wasn't his child, so he tested the rest of them. 3 out of the 5 children was not his.
Hey, listen, I know a chick I went to college with. She has kids by an NBA player, and this particular NBA player started acting crazy, and people who didn't know just thought he was losing his mind. Well, come to find out, I think they had 5, and I want to say 3 belonged to another NBA player.
So, any female, why would you get mad? Yeah, you know you ain't out there messing around. But what's the old phrase they used to say? Mama's baby, papa's maybe.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not. Again, I'm all for if you want the woman that I am. If you want a DNA test, go ahead and do that. DNA test wasn't brought up in my case till my son was 9 years old. Wow. Me and this nigga was together since junior high. And now, you know what I'm saying, you're talking about, so yeah, that shit's offensive to me. You know, you was the only man that ever touched me. You know what I'm saying? But that was a form of, even while I was pregnant, that was a form of the abuse, the mental and emotional abuse that he was.
I got where you coming from, and I guess my thinking is because you got a whole lot of shitty women out here that would do some shit like that, and I'm not just saying it's the women, because you got some shitty ass men out here.
We can talk about the women, because you 100% correct.
And I mean, I just when it comes to this, the only fair thing that I think you can do is to have the test once the child is born. Now
you can do that shit while you're pregnant. What we waiting on?
Oh, I didn't know you could do it while you was pregnant. See, I just learned.
Yeah.
So okay, because you know what's so fucked up in the state of Texas. You know, okay, Quita, just say if you said you got pregnant and you say I'm the father, I have to pay child support from the time that you say I'm the father up until the time we prove that the child is not mine. Remember I told you before we came on, that was the video I was looking for? That's the video I was looking for. And I will find it.
No, you can choose to do back child support. They give you the option.
The state of Texas, unless this just changed, in the state of Texas, from the time that you say that child is the father.
Well, I need the state of Texas to take over this case in Illinois, because at this point, listen, fam, listen, I'm due almost $500,000, and I done modified it down twice for this dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if they gonna keep running it up, then run me my money.
Right. So, what about being forced to pay for a child that is not yours?
That's some bullshit. And
before you get your thought, let's watch the video.
Now to attend News Channel 3, getting to the bottom of a burning question one Memphis man has been trying to answer for years. Why is Shelby County Juvenile Court forcing him to pay for a child that is not biologically his? What's even more unusual, he says the judges at Juvenile Court have an idea who the real father is.
Yet they're still demanding he pay up. Now he's turning to On Your Side investigator Stephanie Skurlock for help.
Talk show TV makes millions off the catchphrase, "You are not the father." But the reality in Memphis is just because you're not the daddy doesn't mean Shelby County Juvenile Court won't make you pay.
I was down there in handcuffs and chains.
Over the years, Edward Bowdery had his driver's license stripped and once even found himself in handcuffs over child support payments for a child that's not his.
I would hate to see somebody else go through the same thing. I've been going through this. I mean, headaches.
This mound of paperwork shows a juvenile court judge ordered him to pay child support even before the birth.
I didn't do a voluntary acknowledgement. I didn't sign the birth certificate. All I knew is we legitimated the child in your name.
Bowdery asked several judges during several hearings for a DNA test, but no judge ordered one.
I said, how did I even get put on child support? And I never said this was my child. And they said, again, this is not what we're here for.
In 2009, he took the child himself to get a DNA test and found the son he'd supported for years was not biologically his. He took the documentation to court. The judge wouldn't accept it, but ordered a new DNA test done that showed the same results. Probability of paternity, 0%.
They never did do what they were originally supposed to do, which was give me the opportunity to take a DNA test. I was just a voice not being heard, so I guess I needed a choir.
Juvenile Court Magistrate Nancy Kessler agreed in October to allow Bowdery to disestablish paternity, but only after, he says, she admonished him for taking it this far.
The judge stated that, well, I find it very distasteful that you're bastardizing a child.
The judge.
I ain't gonna lie. If I was him, I would have been locked up for life, because I would have killed that fucking judge right on the stand. How did
you go to the listen?
No. The reason being, okay, this judge said, how did you bastardize a child? He didn't bastardize shit. That bitch bastard
Did.
ass that child.
Absolutely.
So how is he getting the and when we was talking about when it comes to this, men gets the blame. We society. I'm not saying us, and I'm not saying everybody, but society blames the man on everything. And this is the case right here. He proved 100% he was not the child, but not a judge. How do you bastardize a child? I think it's disgraceful. Really?
Well, that I think again, that falls back on those judges, man. Like I know somebody right now in Chicago. He found out like 4 years ago that he was on child support. And that's only because now all these years he been working all this shit, right? This boy is like a year older than my son, so he's 23. I think he was 19 at the time. So he started getting garnished, and he like, what is this? So the boy must have had some questions. He came and found him. He didn't know nothing about this kid. He right now still in court, right now, paying back child support so he got this real good job now, right? He work on elevators and stuff in Chicago. So it's not just construction; it's a very specialized craft. So he make a couple $100,000 a year. So the mama won't even go to court and won't say, "All right, no, we can take him off." It would have been that simple for her to do that. You know what I'm saying? So he pays literally every check. He paying not just child support, but back child support right now.
Now, D, you remember one time when we had the show, when we was talking about child support, and I had made a statement, and I said, this shit gonna get fucked up to where you wanna fuck around and have somebody kill somebody over this. And I think maybe a week or two after I said that, over here in Chicago on like 86, 85th and Merle, it was a guy that killed the mother and the child over this shit. And that's fucked up. And see, we live in a society when a female does a heinous crime, everybody want to know what happened, what made her tick, why did she do this? It had to be him. But when a man commits a heinous crime, let's throw him away, lock the key. Don't nobody ever want to find out what made him tick. I'm not saying he should get away with it. I'm not saying he should be free because that will set him over the edge. But maybe if we find out what's making some of these men do some of this bullshit, maybe we can stop somebody else.
The shit out of some crazy people.
You said what? What'd he say?
You be twisting the shit out of some phrases. Let's throw him away and lock. You said let's throw him away and lock up the key. Don't you think we want to lock him up and throw away the key?
Man, fuck you. When nobody had caught that shit, that you not saying nothing, motherfucker. You know what I meant.
That was the second time I was like, I can't keep letting you get away with this shit, man.
I got too much blood going through my alcohol stream. I gotta give me another drink.
I hear you.
But no, I mean, see, as I said before, and I say this all the time, we harp on deadbeat dads. This female, I can't remember if it played in here or if it's in the part that I cut off, but she said she had to put his name on there so she could get support. Well, then you falsify a legal document. And if that's the case, why shouldn't she be in jail for falsifying a legal document?
Forgery of a legal document. That's two charges.
No, she did it illegal because she said that he's the father. The hospital don't know who the hell the father is.
But the hospital can't put a man's name on there unless they had an ID. The father has to get that ID.
No. She didn't do it on a birth certificate.
So what she did was she applied for some type of aid, right? She applied for some type of aid, and they said, okay, we'll give you food stamps, or we'll give you cash, or some type of EBT, or even with childcare. They'll say, yeah, we'll do that. But if the state is going to help you take care of this child, we need to go after the father.
Right. So I'm not saying I'm gonna use the wrong line. I'm not saying what OJ did was right.
OJ didn't do it. OJ didn't do it, man. The glove did it.
I think his son did it, but I'm just saying. I'm just using OJ the wrong.
I'm just saying. Oh my! Get off OJ.
OJ did was right, but I understand. Cause you can't. There's no way in hell you put my name down on some shit. And what this is saying is, any woman out here could put any man name down and get away with some bullshit, because at the end of the day, there's no repercussion. What is
this is why I said, let's just say for example that I just had a baby, and this ain't my deal. So disclaimer. This is not me. This is not my lifestyle. Okay, so just in case somebody.
The analogies that I done had, if I didn't have to get that disclaimer every time my wife beat shit out of me, she understands. It's an analogy.
Okay, so if I just had a baby and I had a wild night, I had a train ran on me, 4 or 5 niggas, I end up pregnant. I don't remember if they had condoms on or not. So now I got this baby. Right. So again,
I had some dick couple days prior, but go ahead.
So again, now I may not, maybe it was somebody that I barely knew in his guise. I don't remember names. Maybe it was a drunken night. Maybe it was whatever. I'm not making excuses. I'm just throwing out shit that happens. Okay. Not anybody I know, because but shit happens. So in the event that something like that happens, they only know one name, but it's a possibility that was 4 or 5. Now you don't have the names. They pressure you. Because when I was at New Mexico State, and this is when I was, still covering up for my for the person. The dude that my kid that we both related to the same kid. So this is before I was covering up for him, because they was rough on football players back then. So I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna juice the system. Give me a little food stamps. You know what I'm saying? I'm 20 years old. Give me a little food stamps. That was one of the things they asked. Man, I don't even know. I don't know. But every single time I had to renew, they like, look, you need to find out. You need to go back to that night, find people that you was around. We need to know who. Literally, every single time. I'm just saying, people do shit for fucked up reasons.
No, and I got that. But see, my thing is, saying I don't know is not nowhere near as bad as saying, oh, you know what, Deron.
No, they're gonna make you give them. Eventually, they're gonna make you give them a name, or they're gonna cut you off.
Okay, but if you sit up here, if you say, well, you know what, yeah, Deron the father, then we find out Deron not the father, you should go to jail. What reason?
I'm not in total disagreement with that. Right. I'm not in total disagreement with that. But if Deron was one of the players in this thing, and I say I know he was involved, and they go and they like, yo, D, so this is what you did on that night, fam? You know what I'm saying? But
okay, but who's at fault?
I'm like, what?
Who's at fault? The female that let the train get ran on her, or the guys that ran the train?
Come on, man. You can't say who's at fault, man. If you can't say who's at fault in that. All of it was fucking irresponsible.
You can't blame a train for being on the tracks. If the tracks aren't laid, the train.
You can't say both of that. You can't say everybody's at fault. Okay.
How come? Because hold on. Because here's my next thing for men from a responsibility standpoint. Okay. Because I know some niggas who done did this shit. Y'all will see not y'all, but I know some of my guys, like, you fucked with a chick you know was a stripper because she was bad, fam. So you raw dogging a chick, and just because she was bad, and you end up with a baby.
Okay, he's at fault at that point.
Anybody raw dogging the strip.
Okay, so what's the difference between you raw dogging a chick where y'all running a train on her and then you fucking a stripper?
Once again, that's why y'all would have me fucked up calling my name out, because I'm like, ain't no way in hell. I was like, did I go first?
Because you ain't.
Ain't no way in hell
I get that.
Ain't no way in hell I went up in her raw after 3 other motherfuckers. Come on,
but it happens though.
It does. Okay, my brother said she need to take all them niggas to Maury. Dio said
all of them. Every last one.
Diaz is right. Was number 5 in line, then he should have been criminally charged. But no, if you raw dogging a stripper, that's fucked.
Hey, yo, before we go any further in this conversation, if you all are a part of this, go like and subscribe to the page.
For sure.
Hit the notification bell so that when we on, goddamn it, you on.
And even if you watching this show, you're not watching it live, and you come back and watch it, hit that motherfucker that like button. Don't treat us like we 3 side bitches in this motherfucker.
That's right. I might be 1, but I ain't gonna be 3.
And Theo said, by the way, being number 5 is nasty. And my brother said, I'm aiming for the throat, not mine.
Can't get pregnant in the throat. If you can get pregnant in the throat, then bitch, you an alien.
Hey, but there's a lawyer that a man came in her mouth. She took it and put it inside.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that. So why y'all be trying to be funny, talking about I just get a little head? You get a little head and mess around and be a daddy.
First of all, when she done, make her drink some water or hit her in her throat. That's number 1. Secondly, all you gotta do is, if you got, like, I know some of these motherfuckers need to have vasectomies anyway. Just go get, if you know that's how you like living your life, then STDs should be the only thing you should be worried about. Go get a vasectomy. That way you're not helping.
When I tell you that shit don't scare people no more.
But you know what? Now, honestly, here's what I say. And it should be a law. And they can make this law if they want it. If you a piece of shit, you got a child on child support. I mean, you on child support and you don't want to pay or whatever the case may be, they should have a forced vasectomy. 1. 2, if you a deadbeat mom, you are full of shit. You should be forced to have your tubes burnt out, or clipped, or snipped, or whatever. That shit should be forced on both.
Get a hysterectomy. Get a hysterectomy. Just make them scrape the pussy out.
I'm good with that too. We can do that.
Just leave the box. Just leave the box that it came in. That's it. Take everything else out.
Okay,
no, man, that causes you to go into premature menopause, man. That messes up with the gushy. You know what I'm saying? You're doing yourself. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they make KY jelly. And you should have thought about that, but you put this nigga on child support who wasn't a daddy.
There's his smile. And Leonard said, damn, Montgomery, ouch. But no, I got what you're saying. But if you're irresponsible,
hey,
you breaking up bad. You must be going through a bad area.
Yeah,
man. Tomorrow night.
Okay. Now we can hear you because you was going through a bad area. We just heard tomorrow night.
Oh no, I was like, I'm at the crib, man. If he ain't doing nothing, he should come by tomorrow night.
Well, shit, I was gonna hit him up after the show and tell him. My brother, he and
okay, well now he told me.
I told you Montgomery in town. My wife don't listen to shit I say.
Now, see, if she haul off and we see some behind the scenes shit, because you're trying to show out on the camera. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
It's a real kind of thing. Don't nobody listen to you.
See what I'm saying?
All right, I had to put a motherfucker in check real quick.
Yeah, you know, you light skin, you gonna bruise easy. You better chill out. See, hey, hit me up when you go up there. I just want to see if he got them handprints on his arm. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna take the pictures. I'm gonna send you the pictures.
Ain't that some shit?
Oh, and by the way, Derek, hold on a second. This is off topic. This on some bear shit. David, you can go back. You can go and take the screen. Derek, the young lady who I was referring to, she's on the screen right now. That's who we trying to holler at for October.
I told him that. I told him already.
Oh, because D not in town, and I could have went and seen Tom Brady, and I ain't even a fan tomorrow. But we ain't even gonna talk about that either. So carry on.
Don't worry about it. We got plenty of other opportunities to go.
Okay. Yeah. You know.
Okay.
I'm trying to get them Saturday college games in though.
I got another video.
I'm not gonna be working on weekends either. Go ahead, play the video. We back on child support.
I can't remember which one I played. Hold on.
Wild and unbelievable stories here in Detroit.
This is one of them.
This is one of them. Imagine being told to pay child support for a kid that is not yours or go to jail. That was the order the state handed down to a Detroit man.
So today, he turned himself in, but here's what happened when 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell went with him to court.
Carnell Alexander walked into the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice knowing in moments he could lose his freedom.
I stayed up all night, couldn't sleep, thinking about it.
Carnell is a wanted man because he refuses to do what the state orders and to pay child support for a child that DNA tests prove isn't his. A child he doesn't even know.
I haven't even had a chance to really speak to him, except for one time when we took the DNA test.
Nonetheless, right now, under the law, he's a deadbeat dad. Today, he turned himself in to the judge as ordered.
Scared because I've been before this judge before.
But this time he had attorney Cherika Harris, who volunteered to help after seeing his story on 7 Action News. The judge said he will not go to jail for today.
Thank you. Thank Ms. Harris. And hope that we can resolve this soon.
I'm just trying to help him with his future.
Though the threat of jail is on hold, it is not over. Carnell Alexander still owes more than $30,000 to the state for a child that's not his, because the mom wrote his name down because she needed to name someone in order to get welfare benefits.
And I had to put him down as the father. That was the only way I can get assistance.
Now,
I'm almost homeless. I'm almost in jail. I'm out of work. My money is being threatened to be taken.
Carnell isn't just worried about how this is impacting him. He says the law needs to be changed, so when this happens, as it often does, other men don't become dad by default.
We can be defaulted into being a father of a child that is not ours. I don't understand that law, but it is a law in place.
In Detroit, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
Yeah, you would think that mother would have to pay that money back instead of him, who's not the father's child.
And that was going to be my point. Situations like that, the woman should either the woman or she has to name the real father. And they are responsible for that back pay, family. I mean, you know, but again, when I said at the very beginning, child support laws, this cookie cutter shit don't work because everybody's situation is different. That's just.
But look, that right there is a miscarriage of justice. How
It
in
is.
the hell do you tell a man who is 0% possibility that he is this child's father, well, you still gonna pay us his money? Get the fuck out of it. I'm like him. You know what? Lock me the fuck up because I'm not giving you $8.
But that's my point. So my whole thing is here's the state stance is this: if you are receiving or receive help from us, right? Whether that be housing, child support, food stamps, cash, whatever the case may be, then they want to hold somebody accountable for it. And so that's why I said, me personally, either woman, you gonna name who it is, we gonna get the paternity test, and they gonna be on, but depending on the situation, because it's a lot of women, you know, who know who the father is, but won't name or won't tell him that he even got, you know, even has a child out there. But that's when I said I feel like then the women are held accountable. So
Well, they
if he
should
owes
be,
30,000, no, you gotta pay that 30,000 back, fam.
but in the United States of these Americas, the woman is barely held accountable when it comes to, especially with child support cases. I mean, you heard what, how do you owe, once we prove that the child is not mine, I don't give a shit who pays it back at that point. But why am I held responsible? She talking about I had to put somebody's name down. Well, you know what, bitch? You
But
gonna
here's
work
the
your
thing, though.
off by making license plates in jail.
But that's the thing. They, like I said, they try to force you into putting a name, any name. So if it comes to a point, and this is where I said the whole system is fucked up. Because if it comes to a point where it's just like, look, you on housing, we're gonna put you and your kids out if we don't get a name. You getting cash, we're gonna put you and your kids out unless we get a name. You on food stamp, we're gonna put you and your kids, take you and your kids off unless we get a name.
But
So
see,
the
here's
system is an issue.
Here's where men are really fucked up compared to women. See, women, when they have an issue, you all will fight. You all will stand by each other, and you all will make y'all voices be heard. Now, whether anything get changed or not, we don't know. Some things do, some things don't. Men, for the most part, we don't speak up on shit until
that part. I know several people right now, men who should have custody of their kids, and they just like, man, I just don't even feel like going to church. To court. I'm just not even gonna fight her on blah blah blah. I'm like, nigga, your kids are in the balance. Your kids are at stake. Like, you would rather have the possibility of not seeing your kids or keeping them in a situation that could be potentially dangerous to them because you don't feel like doing some shit.
Right.
That's a fucked up situation. But David talking about men coming together and just supporting other men.
Right. It was a guy we talked about. I think it was after our last.
But I'm gonna take it a step further, David, and say it like this too. A lot of dudes, like, situations will come up with women dealing with child support, custody issues, shit like this, and men all of a sudden become some of the biggest cheerleaders. But then when you start pointing out the discrepancies, they want to start. Now all of a sudden, now they women's rights activists. Oh no, we can't. No, nigga, no. Hold up, time out. Fair is fair. You know what I'm saying? Fair is fair.
And I got what Deron's saying, because just say Deron is your baby daddy. Y'all done split up. He at the house and he's sitting on the that sideline nigga couch, and I'm dating you now. And Deron say, hey, nigga, don't get too high. Don't get too high, because you're gonna be on this couch with us eventually. And I'm taking up for you and all kind of other bullshit. And then as soon as we break up, the next event, I'm sitting on the couch with these other niggas looking at your new nigga right there. Because us men don't want to stick together. Now you done got about 4 or 5 baby daddies over here. We on the sideline, nigga.
So here's my challenge to y'all then. Here's my challenge, right? So because I'm not gonna say all of y'all know some niggas who deadbeats. I'm not gonna say y'all. Maybe that's not your circle. Maybe you don't know a deadbeat.
Ain't gotta be your circle, but we all know some deadbeat motherfucking daddies.
Well, here's my point. So because it goes both ways. You talking about y'all don't advocate for each other. I feel like a lot of this shit can be cured by men. I'm not talking about this child support situation, like from that standpoint, what you're saying. But what I am saying is, like, why the fuck y'all be like, this is what I don't understand for the life of me. Because I got some I can't even say they're my guys yet. When I found out they was doing, like, complaining, like, it was one of my friends, known them since childhood, was complaining about $100-something a month in child support. And so, like, I'm getting on his ass like, fam, you know that don't even feed that baby. You know that, right? Fuck that. I got to pay her, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to check you. And after that, we not even cool no more. Because if you don't feel like, and it would be different if you were one of those people like, okay, my baby needs shoes. Let me go ahead and buy the you ain't even gotta put the money in her hand. Let me go ahead and buy the shoes. But you paying $100 a month and you like, fuck that. I'm not getting them nothing extra because I paid $100 in a month. So get the shoes with the $100 I gave you.
And that them niggas should be. They should
And it's a whole bunch of niggas who super cool with these niggas because they and this is just, you know, I'm not a man, so let me preface that shit because I can't speak on men because I'm not a man, but I was raised by men. When men start holding men accountable, the conversation is different. And it's a lot of men who like, yeah, that's that nigga problem. I ain't on that.
No. Here's the reality of it. What you just described apples and oranges. You describe men and then you describe boys. See, men gonna take care of their kids. Men not gonna. Okay, case in point. Let me just explain to you. My youngest just turned 22. Right?
Damn, nigga, you old.
I am. But I look good. So, but anyway, so until she turned 21, nigga, shut up. So until she turned 21, Deborah and I had an agreement in writing, notarized, that was drawn up by an attorney. Because all this child support shit was stupid to me. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna tell me how to take care of my kids. We had an agreed upon, and we also drew it up because Deborah was very clear. She was like, I'll tell you one thing, but she's like, I'm gonna be bitter if we ever get divorced. I'm gonna be mad, and so ain't no telling what I'm gonna do. So we drew some shit up, had an agreed upon amount because, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna pay you this much. But that was not going to be the be-all, end-all. It's like, yo, I'm going to pay you this month every month because my kids need to be taken care of. But I'm also going to help you take care of X, Y, Z, this, that, and other. We had all this shit outlined. So that's shit that a man did, right? A boy will complain about shit. $100 a month, please. Come on, man. They take more money out of your check in taxes.
Right.
You complain about $100.
Right.
And my thing is, if you can't afford $100, $200, $300, $400, $5,000,
then maybe what your ass should have did was invest in that box of condoms, and because it's a whole lot cheaper than $100.
Exactly.
And he didn't have the $8 for them either.
That part.
Shit, if you can't afford condoms,
so maybe sex ain't what you really need to be prioritizing.
You need to be focused on making fucking money.
So I got a homeboy, and I'm not gonna say his name because he listens to the show. If you want to shout yourself out or come on and discuss your story, that's fine. But he didn't grow up. He didn't even grow up with his mother. His father could walk up to him right now. He wouldn't even know who the fuck he is. So he got two girls, and he said there's no way in hell he gonna let his girls grow up without a father like he did. And both of them grown now, and he was there from day one up until now. You know what I'm saying? So people like that, I took my cap off to because he could have easily followed that cycle.
Yeah.
And it's about breaking a cycle. And unfortunately, in the black community, we don't want to break these cycles. D, I know you remember when we worked in the gardens when that little girl said she can't wait till she 18 so she could have a baby. So she could live in a fucking project. So she could get a house in a project. At what point do we break cycles? At what point okay, I've always said, you know what, that first mistake, you have a child out of wedlock, you know. I know you said before, damn that, it shouldn't be no mistake, but shit happens. After that.
Yeah, but we all, look, if you are of age, then you know what it takes to make a baby. So that wasn't no goddamn mistake.
Well, I'm saying, not thinking about it because you don't know how much it costs to raise a child until you raising a child.
Nigga, that's bullshit.
But you knew that by shooting up the club that it could be a casualty. You understood
We know that. But what I'm saying is, okay, you made that you have a child, you taking care of your child or whatever.
You said nigga just got lost in the sauce, forgot everything.
The old saying is, naked meat make meat.
She said make it be.
Naked meat make meat.
That was country in the motherfucker. Yeah,
well, you know, her family from the country.
My family is from the country, and that is
that was country. I mean, that saying country You
Right,
sounded
Kevin.
country. I mean,
Exactly.
you sold the
Hey.
shit out of that one.
Hey, when we went down there, we was just dating at the time. We went down there.
We was engaged.
I'm
We
looking
wasn't
up.
engaged.
We was engaged. We wasn't married. I go down there, man. I'm like, shit. Did slavery just end 5 minutes ago in this motherfucker? Like, god damn, shit. What Kev said, he said what a lot of men fail to realize is that child support orders gives you a voice. Once you have that agreement in writing, everything else is up for discussion or make it off the order.
And see, and that's exactly why. Remember earlier in
When
the
you
show,
said, you advocate for men to go put themselves on child support. It worked better for you.
I told my motherfucking son, I said, look, man, look, I have a friend right now that when his baby mama started talking crazy, he break them papers out on it. Be like, hold up, like when it's his time to have a baby for they daughter for a motherfucking for a holiday or something, and she want a trip, like, nah, he'd be like, hold up a second, let me go get this paper. Let me see.
Yeah.
And get her mind right together real quick.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
So now I also want to throw this out. Women, don't think because you put this motherfucker on child support that shit gonna go up. Cause this he used to work with him. Him and his baby mama, he got somebody else and he was paying a nice amount. So she wanted to put him on child support to make it legal. And when the judge said this is how much you gotta pay, it was less than what he was paying.
Absolutely.
So now she's mad.
Which again goes back to my point when you was talking about because on child they just take so much. Typically they don't.
It's a percentage.
I know it's a percentage. For first child is what 25%. Every other child after that is 20. I think
It's not 20. It ends up being like a collaboration of how much. Like, so if you got a bunch of kids, like the firstborn, I'm not even gonna say the firstborn, the first child.
I'm about to say the first motherfucker to claim.
The first, exactly, right. That's typically the one that gets the most.
And see, here's the problem.
Because they can only take a certain percentage of the money, period. Like they can't take 80% of your check.
Right.
Contrary to popular belief, I don't have money to live. No, they can't take. It's only a certain percentage of your check that they can take, and that is what determines the remaining amount of child support.
Okay. Well, here's the problem that I have. Women, and if you fall in this category, don't get mad. If you're dealing with a man, he has multiple kids, and he is not paying child support on.
Woo!
My question is, what made you think that your pussy was that much better that now this nigga gonna pay?
No. You ain't even gotta take it that far. How the fuck is you a woman knowing and you fucking with a nigga knowing he don't take care of his kids? If you ain't loyal to your kids, fam, you're not loyal to nobody.
I have a story about that. My son's father is a prime example. Did not know he had multiple kids until my son came along and went to his sister's wedding, and one of the cousins mentioned another child that the family didn't know nothing about.
Well, that's different. You didn't know.
My son is number 5.
But you didn't know. We know women now that know men that's fucking men with multiple kids, and he ain't doing shit.
But
my son's father married.
See what I'm saying? You have guys out here that portrays like they are taking care of their kid.
Or I don't see my kids because she be tripping.
Exactly. Men come up with so many lies and stories to where they know they got a good woman, and the truth don't come out until the end.
And you know what though? It's a lot of women though. It's a lot of women who don't care.
And you got some that don't care. Exactly.
They just don't care.
I didn't find out my son's father was on child support until he drove my car. We broke up. I found the child support papers in my car. That's how stupid he was.
Okay. Now let me go to part 2. Men that's out here fucking with women that got 5 kids by 8 different niggas.
Yeah.
You know some that get more baby daddies than kids. How's that possible?
Because it's 3 and 6 possibles. It's like spades, man. we play spades. What you got? What you got over there? I got, you know.
And like D said earlier,
possible nigga, we going 8. What's up?
Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what it is.
And like D said earlier, I done freaking plenty of strip clubs. How the fuck are any of these motherfuckers? 1, how you fucking a stripper? 2, how you fucking a stripper raw?
Well, I'm not gonna say how you fucking a stripper. I'm not gonna say that. That's
All right, because go ahead and tell go ahead and tell the truth, D.
No, what you talking about? I'm just talking about. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I mean, if she's fine, she's fine. But I'm just saying.
I mean, she's fine, but I think Nelly told us
fucking her raw is never gonna happen.
No, hell no. But I think Nelly
said that's for y'all, because I know. Listen.
Look, man, you got some dude.
I got a cousin that ate a motherfucker out.
Ooh, that's nasty.
I got a cousin that ate a motherfucker. Look. Dude wasn't related to me, but I seen dude pull a cherry straight up out of old girl. I'm like, nigga, are you serious right now?
And he ate it?
You went up in there and pulled the cherry out the moon? I'm like, no. That's all levels of nasty.
See, I'm different.
People be tripping. Like, so I ain't never seen no strippers, male or female, right? But let me tell y'all what turned me off about male strippers.
Shame on you. Now let me.
I mean, I'm down to go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's cool. Like, I'm willing to go just as long as you don't sit her ass on me.
I want to know who these people are that you call friends.
Tio said he like fucking strippers. See, because they know how to make it clap, Tio. You know what I'm saying? They know how to put the arch in the back and make their booty do this. You know. So I mean, I get it. It's a visual thing. I'm not hating. I'm just saying. You know. But anyway, let me say, what turned me off about this though. So my cousins, they used to always have these stripper parties, and it was one of their friends' birthday. This particular girl was, obviously it's her birthday. Her mother was there. They got these strippers there. So the strippers, now keep in mind it's a private, you know, type of situation. So I seen the video, you know, but you know, my man's is stripping, you know, he pulled his meat out, all of that craziness. And then he was going up to people with his meat. See, one of my things was, because you know, I'm a little fluffy now, but back then I wasn't that fluffy, you know. And so I always felt like, and I'm short, I always felt like I was gonna be the one that somebody was gonna feel like they was gonna flip upside down and then put their penis in my face. And I don't know you like that, fam. That's only gonna irritate me and make me mad. Like, you know, so that was always my thing. But they got this man pull his meat out, slapping people in their mouth with his meat. I'm gonna take it a step further.
Big slap.
He turned this after he put his meat on this girl mama mouth. And she, you know, yeah. He literally bent this chick over and started doggy styling her in front of everybody. Wrong.
Oh no.
Theo, I
said never.
Okay, Theo said shit. He said he seen him cut the banana and do his mouth. Explain, because I'm trying to figure out. I think I know what you're saying, but explain. Now, I've heard like some of these women, you know, these church.
You've been to Arnie's. Go ahead and tell the truth, Sham Devil. You went back.
Arnie's?
You went back there to the boom boom room?
No. I remember it was this fat chick. Now she about maybe 3. I'm sorry, we're not supposed to call fat bitches, but this bitch was fat. So, so she had to be at least 300. She had on this too small motherfucking nurses.
Hey, somebody fucking her today.
They probably
right
are.
now.
But I mean, the motherfucker had dumb lap because her belly done lapped over her motherfucking uniform.
Somebody lifting that motherfucker up, and I'm telling you.
And I'm sorry. I mean, Ernie's guy, I was so pissed off. Me, my brother, a couple of my boys, we went for my birthday when I came back from the Navy. And we were so irritated, we complained about, one, the quality of females y'all got in this motherfucker.
Yeah, because they're going to have gunshot wounds and everything in there.
2,
C-sections, scars.
At least if you had a motherfucker on stage, whatever.
Don't crush it.
But we got our money. We complained and got our money back. Because I'm not paying the interest fee for this shit. The fuck? Now,
if you was the Irish man, you knew what you was getting into, fam.
No, the bitch need to be on stage. That's what I paid for. Shit. You got to. I should not have to sit up here and spend 10 minutes without a motherfucker being on stage. What type of strip establishment you running? They need to be like P Valley. Get that little get that homosexual over there and say, bitch, get your ass on stage.
Hey, listen, the dude who do his stunts, man, I need to take lessons. Like I'm trying to be like Mercedes. Y'all gonna see me on the pole y'all not gonna see me on the pole one day. I'll be. That's my legs though.
Something wrong with you.
Don't get me wrong, Mercedes got a nice body and everything, but that face.
Okay, I mean, you know,
your ass because it ain't your face. Because you're a tip drill.
You know what? That song was popular for a reason.
I know. Because there's a lot of tip drills out here.
Yeah.
And y'all, I don't know if you saw the post that I put. Baby girl, you might look good for here, but don't think you the same cute when you go out of town.
Yeah.
That's some real shit. That's some real shit. Like, yo, just because you a 10 in the hood, don't go to Miami and Vegas with that same energy.
Right, because you don't went from a 10 to a 5, maybe 4.
Hey man, some of them, most of them chicks is made up though.
I don't give a fuck.
They went to the chop shop.
I don't give a fuck how they got it. Look, motherfuckers. Look, I remember one time I was like, damn, old girl. I said, old girl got some big ass titties. Motherfucker said, man, she paid for those. I like, and that was the problem is what? Nobody.
Well, depending on where she got them and how she got them done, if you touch them, they're gonna feel different. But if they got they put them under the pectoral muscle.
Trust me, I know what fake titties feel like. I'm good.
That's what you.
I don't care.
This ain't no motherfucking. This ain't no motherfucking.
Guess who's here?
Okay, nigga, we running the show. You supposed to agree, family.
Man, pause that nigga, man. Look at him.
I'm getting ready. I'm still here.
Nigga, yeah. By the time you make it to my house, you would forget about what you was mad about.
Damn, he gonna pause us though. Yeah. That's what he do.
And he put the shit on mute. Fucker.
Yeah, see. Damn. He just okay.
But actually, he looked better now. He done did that, and I hope he heard that.
Lord, today I can't mess with y'all, man.
You, bitch. Don't worry about
it. But you know what? Hey, honestly, these conversations I love these type of conversations because we don't have to be on the same page. We don't. And the one thing, you disagree with me on things, I disagree with you on things. We had people,
I don't know what you're talking about. Everything I said was right, fam. And true woman status, right. Correct.
That's the problem.
I'm just playing. I couldn't help myself.
Women now, y'all can never be wrong. Yes,
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help myself. Since we was talking about stereotypes, I couldn't help it.
Okay, hold on. Let me retract my statement. I'm trying to get in the P Valley tonight. So
right. Clean it up, light skin.
But no, but see, people are scared to have these type of conversations because these punk ass men out here, and if you want to watching the show and you scared to have this conversation, you are included.
The only way to make a conversation that's uncomfortable not uncomfortable is to have the fucking conversation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you know what? At the end of the day, a lot of it is self accountability, and some people don't want to hear the shit that you wrong. You probably could have did something different, or you can do something different. You playing the victim. You know what I'm saying? Like you got, you know, I don't want to say, you know, like a lot of men don't realize that they do have rights. My older brother right now got custody of his daughter. It was a fight. But
right, and see, but the thing is, if we get more men to actually step up to the plate, like I said earlier in the show, people ask me, why do I care about child support and stuff like that if I've never been on child support? And my response is, why do you care about police shooting black people if you've never been shot? Do we have to have something happen to us to give a fuck about it?
No, because at the end of the day, it still affects the community. You know what I'm saying? My dad, so one of the things that my dad has always said, right? My dad, when my older brother was first born, me and my older brother a year and a half, D, you gonna love this because, you know, everybody always got short jokes. This is why y'all can't offend me with these short jokes. You know what I'm saying? My uncle came with the best short joke ever. Me and my brother a year and a half apart. And he said something about short people always angry. Now, I'm the only short person on my daddy's side of the family. Talking about short people always angry. He said, I know what's wrong with you.
You do have a little bit of an attitude. Go ahead.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's fabrication. But my uncle said, he said, you just mad because you your brother's leftovers.
Wow.
Damn.
You can say whatever you want to me. Because ain't nothing beating that one. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing. I'm just like, damn, his leftovers. So he has some. You know, I'm calculating now. Like shit.
Why you saying there's midgets taller than you?
Mind your business, because I hear you kind of short too. I'm just saying, I put on a good heel. I'm taller than you. Don't play with me now.
I mean, she fuck around with some heels. She got you, fam.
Okay, his last video of the day, goddammit.
Tonight, a man is charged after police say he shot the mother of his child over child support. Investigators say Anthony Farr fired into the window of Kanika Martin's North St. Louis County home as she sat on the couch. They had just gotten into an argument about child support payments. Court documents say Farr was the father of one of Martin's two children. Martin's parents were inside the home and say they could hear Farr's voice through the window before the shots were fired.
I mean, I just don't feel like nothing that serious though, fam.
But that goes back to what I said earlier. There's things that happen to make men snap. Men snap just like women snap. But nobody wants to get nobody want to find out what's the root cause to stop the next man from doing it.
But we talked about it. It's accountability. It's accountability of that man and of the women and of that woman. Because here's the reality of it. As men, we know when women are letting us know that they slightly touched. But because she got a fat ass, she got some nice titties, she cute in the face, whatever, we still fuck with her.
Mm-hmm. Right.
When you should have left that bitch where you found her. Okay.
Period.
Chicks then heard some things about some dudes or whatever. I mean,
they seen them gray sweatpants this that season.
We ain't gotta go. We ain't gotta do that. Check
them
this out here.
Daddy shorts.
Check this out here. And I'm gonna say something that might not be too popular, but everybody wants to look at Tina Turner as a survivor. Tina Turner said in her own words that she saw Ike abuse other women before she started dating them. So you were a willing fucking participant.
Exactly.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so how many other women have seen dudes that wasn't right, that were doing some things that showed escalating type of behavior and fucked with them anyway? You know what I'm saying? At some point, you need to look at somebody for who they are and be like, you know what? I'm going to leave you right the fuck there. I'm straight. Let me tell you something. I had a motherfucker tell me some years ago, I was trying to holler at her, and I was like, "So you saying that you wouldn't holler at me?" She's like, "Nah, I holler at you." And she told me, she said, "I'm just letting you know I'm a little crazy." I left that bitch right where she was.
Right, because
Fine.
don't even play with me like that.
I'm talking about fine, big titties, like just banging, red bone. I was like, "No, I'm gonna have to leave you alone because that's how you get windows busted, how you get cars keyed, all kind of shit." If a motherfucker, number one, if you bold enough to tell me, I'm bold enough to believe your ass.
Okay, let's
You know what I'm
just
saying?
be honest. Let's just be honest. What woman, except my wife, is not crazy? I'm trying to get in P Valley later.
Yo.
First of all, I'm gonna say. First of all, having been married 30 years, I'm gonna say all women, including Deborah Ann, are a little touched.
I'm trying to get in P Valley early. Oh, well, she said she is. So every woman out here is motherfucking crazy.
No, I'm not gonna roll with all the women are crazy. What I'm gonna roll with is everybody has a certain trigger.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say
it's too many people out here triggered.
Some people's triggers have been pushed and broken off, and now they just permanently there.
You always see crazy before crazy gets.
It's too many people out here.
No. Some people see crazy. Other people see excuses. Yeah. How many people have you seen? You like, how you fucking with this dude, or how you fucking with this chick? And they give you every excuse under the sun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This kind of goes back to the conversation we was having last week, because for a lot of women, you know what I'm saying? Again, we are emotional, we internalize, you hitting the right spot is what one would call digmatized. Y'all was worried about the wrong shit. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Oh, okay. Is the right spot the tonsils?
No, negatory. That's why I said you, and that's why I said you worried about the wrong shit. Because the tonsils ain't what's gonna keep her.
Take D to catch that.
No. And since we talking about child support, you can't get pregnant in the throat while y'all playing.
Unless she spit that shit out, but I'm like D said.
No, I mean you be responsible. Swallow that. Be grown.
I'm about to say, we grown. Ain't no spitting. And in case you was thinking about it, here, drink this water, or I'm gonna hit you in your throat.
Or I might do both.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell, like, with this child support shit, I'm gonna tell you what my dad's philosophy was when my brother was first born. My dad was in Nebraska, my mom was still in Mississippi, and so my mom never had to work. My dad said, me as a man, when I went and got paid, I was gonna go buy me some shoes, but I said, you know what? He needs some shoes. He growing. I was gonna go get me something to eat. You know what? I got a baby that's probably hungry. I need to send formula. You know what I'm saying? And most people don't think like that. So when you think of having a child that can't provide for themselves, but that's how I was raised. That's why I be laughing when people be like, you can't tell me I can't tell them what a real man is. You right? I can't.
But you could teach them how to be a responsible individual.
Yeah,
see, you got too many. You got fathers and a lot of mothers out here that treats their children like they best friends, and they go out, they hang out with their kids. They shit. You got some that hold with their kids and stuff like that. My children is my children. Now
my son is. I'm like my son's best friend now. He's 22.
Like me and my oldest
where he listened and I had to bust his ass at the same time.
Even at this age, me and my kids, we have a friendship. We're friendly, but we not hanging out.
Right.
Like I'm not like
we've had a shot together at the house.
I'm finna go to this bar. And you know what? And I heard my son, somebody asked my son, he's like, yo, man, he didn't take you to a strip club for your 21st birthday. He was like, nah. And he said, even if he had invited me, I wouldn't have went. That's my father. See what I'm saying? The level
So
of
me
respect.
and my son, we go out like we'll go have dinner, or we'll
No, I ain't
go, somewhere
talking
have
about dinner.
drinks.
I'm talking about hanging out
But
at a
you all go
club.
to the club together.
Oh yeah, no.
That's what I'm talking
Ain't
about.
nobody talking about having dinner. I'm
Like
talking about
I'm
like
not going
hanging
to. I'm
out.
too old to go to a club, fam. I keep trying to tell y'all this goddamn
Well,
Golden Girl
let me
summer.
rephrase this. Let me rephrase this. A lounge.
I mean, what is it? Live music? I enjoy live music, and he's a musician.
No. We
A
talking
lounge
about
to
like
where
a
you might
lounge.
fuck
A
around and get
lounge,
liquor
nigga.
at the end of the night.
Like there you go getting all extra regular.
Shit. Hold on.
Niggas don't approach me. I don't know what that means.
This you
know
plan
what?
on getting
continue this shit
horizontal
next
at
week.
the end of the night.
Hey, it's 6 o'clock. I'm finna holler at y'all. We continue this shit next week. You down there, you.
I feel attacked. Yeah, you know I stay strapped, fam. Don't play with me.
Okay,
Hey,
what
hey,
you want?
hold
What you
on,
trying to do?
hold on. I've been waiting to say this. Hey, leave my homeboy alone.
Normally, this is our conversation. Yeah.
Hey, wait. You keep fucking with my homeboy, this is gonna happen to you.
My name's Peter Mills.
Yo,
man.
we have to dig.
You only
Goodbye.
saying that because you only saying that because he in Chicago and he can touch you, man. You was talking mad shit last week.
Mad shit, right?
Whatever. Fuck both of y'all. Nigga, how you gonna jump on her side all of a sudden? Nah, we was teamed up against her.
Because you was talking shit last week. Just have a drink ready for me tomorrow, nigga. I'm holler at y'all later.
Whatever. Hold on. Hey y'all, thanks for joining us with this conversation. We had a blast. D had to go. He got some family stuff to take care of. Peter.
Yeah, man. Dope conversation. Like I said, I'm glad that it was a conversation because most people get heated, you know what I'm saying? And that's where people don't think logically and communicate like adults. So that always becomes an issue. So I'm pretty excited about it. Here come my dog.
I'm on the show. What you think? What's your thoughts? Final thoughts.
Final thoughts is it was a good show. I
Always.
enjoyed the conversation.
I mean, David, you rude. What's your wife's name?
Leandra. I just said Leandra.
Leandra. So you said it right now. Leandra, it's nice to meet you. Finally. Because I mean, he just said my wife coming downstairs, she wanted to join the conversation. He didn't say this is my wife, Leandra, like, you know what I'm saying?
You done?
Your wife is a title, not a name. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. It's your truth versus my lie. Y'all see, you got me fucking up.